Hi guys, it's me again, I'm Dan and welcome back to another video. So today I'm doing my Premier League predictions. And so yeah, that means that it's another league which my team isn't in. But we move on. Let's get started with the video. So, in 20th place I have put Crystal Palace, which is a shout and a half. I am saying that Palace will get relegated. Well, definitely at the start of the transfer window they looked basically doomed, but a lot of people will say the signings they've made are good, and I'll probably agree with them, but I just feel like it's too little too late, and that these players aren't going to gel together, and as well as all the reasons that for them to go down at the start of the transfer window, it all just combines to make me think that Palace are going to get relegated, and so that is why I have put them bottom of the table. In 19th, I have put Brentford. So with Brentford, Thomas Frank as their manager, and they are evidently relying a lot on the players that brought them up to keep them in the Premier League. With a few exceptions, have signed Ayer from Celtic and Onyeka as well as another one. And I just think that when a newly promoted team tries to rely on the side that brought them up, there's so many times where it just hasn't worked previously, and I just can't see it working with this Brentford side. I could be totally wrong, and I actually would like to see Brentford stay up because, yeah, I just do like Brentford as a club. It's a great club. But for me, Brentford aren't going to be making it and staying up in the Premier League this year. In 18th, I've put Norwich. Norwich are, of course, quite the yo-yo club between the Premier League and the Championship, but I would say that they aren't going to finish bottom like the last time they were in the Premier League. I mean, they're always going to want to stay up. The goal would be to stay up every year. Besides Billy Gilmore from Chelsea, I haven't really seen any of their signings to be enough for them to stay up, and they also lost Buendia, who was their best player, and so for me, Norwich aren't quite going to make it and stay up in the Premier League this season. So if you haven't heard your club, that means that you're staying in the Premier League. In 17th, I have put Watford. Earlier on in the transfer window, I was thinking more that Watford would probably be finishing mid-table and surprise a lot of people. But they have a hell of a lot of players, and I think it's too many. When you have so many players in a squad, it can get to the point where they just don't gel together for the whole season, and this could be a lot worse than 17th for Watford. But I've decided to put them to stay up because I think that the actual quality of player within all of those, there's quite a few players that have done some good things at Premier League level, and yeah, I just think that Watford will manage to stay up this year, so 17th. In 16th, I've gone with Burnley. For a while I thought Burnley were long gone and I thought they were definitely going down, but I've had a rethink, and every year Sean Dyche seems to help Burnley to stay up, and I don't know how he does it, but I just think that Burnley haven't got the best squad in the league by a long way, but I just think that they definitely have a better squad than at least 3 teams, and at this moment in time I'm saying better than 4 teams in the league, so I've got to put them 16th because if I feel like they have enough to finish higher than the 4 teams I've put below, then I think Burnley will be finishing 16th. And here we go. In 15th, I've put Newcastle. So, another awkward one like Middlesbrough in the Championship video, but I am putting Newcastle in 15th because I'm biased aside. Every season they always seem to pull it off, and I think last year the only reason they finished as high as they did was because their players came back as they were trying to build momentum. So because they're already trying to do that, those players just instantly slotted in and just managed to do a great job. And when I say those players, I really mean Saint-Maximin. But yeah, I think that they won't be able to do as well as they did last year, but they've got enough in their squad to stay up, so I'm putting them 15th. Now it's over. In 14th, I'm putting Brighton, and I'm putting Brighton in 14th because I think that although they've got a couple of injuries, like Lamptey injured, I think that in previous seasons they've just sort of stayed up just about. And I think that Brighton one season have to have a slightly better year. I can't see them getting relegated, so that means that I feel like I have to put the opposite. So I'm putting Brighton to finish 14th, so basically mid-table and safe. In 13th, I'm putting Aston Villa. Now, this is another one that's a little bit bold, but again, hear me out. I think that Grealish has carried them. They've used the money for selling Grealish well, and they've brought in Danny Ings, and he will get goals, but I just think that they're going to lose a decent chunk of creativity from Grealish, and so I do think that they'll drop off a little bit because of that, so I'm putting Villa in 13th. In 12th, I am putting Southampton. In my personal opinion, Adam Armstrong from Blackburn is going to be an excellent signing. I think that he will cope really well with coming up to this level. People are really underrating him. He will get them enough goals to push them up the table a little bit more. The rest of the squad isn't awful. I've got Ward-Prowse and players like that, so it's not like they're a one-man team or anything. They have other options to help them get these goals. Maybe the defence is probably somewhere to look at if I'm going to be totally critical, but I just think that Southampton totally have the capabilities to push up the table and get a little bit higher. So that's why I'm putting them in 12th. In 11th, I'm going with West Ham, and I think last year's season was unbelievable for them to finish in 6th. And so I feel like they're not going to be able to go to that standard again. They've cemented the squad really well. They've still got Declan Rice, and Ben Rama could possibly have a good season. But at the same time, I just think that they are going to drop off because other teams are looking like they're going to get more goals, and I'll explain more about that as I get to them. But I'm putting West Ham in 11th. In 10th, I'm going with Everton, bringing in Rafa Benitez. Don't know if that's what they needed to do, if I'm being totally honest. I feel like he is not going to give them a wondrous future and all that. I just think that they are going to be finishing in the mid-table positions again. So, yeah, I feel like Everton have some good players. I think they will rely on Calvert-Lewin this season, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I think that Everton will finish in 10th. In 9th, I'm going with Wolves, and the sole reason for this, if I'm being honest, is that Jimenez is back, and he does some insane things at this level. He will probably carry them this season, but I also think that carrying them implies that they're being moved forward, so I just think that because of that they will finish top half. They'll get 9th, but I don't think any higher than that, because that's already finishing higher than they did last season. So 9th for Wolves. In 8th, I'm going with Arsenal. I can't see Arsenal finishing outside of the top 10 because of some of the players they have in that squad, and they've signed Ben White as well, which is a good signing to make, but other than that, are they going to challenge any further up? Probably not. And I think that Arsenal are going to finish in 8th. So in 7th, I'm putting Leeds, which would be the Conference League position. And so I have tons of faith in Leeds, because that first season out of the Championship into the Premier League was just excellent, finishing in 9th. Although some teams get second season syndrome, I think Leeds will totally avoid that and will just do the complete opposite. Their squad still looks excellent, and for me, I can't see Leeds doing anything other than charging forward and getting a European spot, so I'm putting them in 7th. In 6th, I'm putting Tottenham, which is one place higher than they finished last year. Tottenham are looking increasingly likely to be keeping Harry Kane, and so that will help them out a hell of a lot, because he's a goal scorer, you know. That's the point of football, you score goals and you win games. But I also think that Tottenham are a team where they just aren't going to be pushing any more than that. At a push, I can potentially see them going into 5th, but definitely not any more than that, because the top 4 look just ridiculously far away from everyone else. So for me, Tottenham are going in 6th. In 5th, I'm putting Leicester. And Leicester have a really good side compared to all the teams I put below them. I think that they can easily achieve Europe on a consistent basis now, because they just look excellent. But equally, I feel like with the squad they have, they should be looking to kind of bring in a little bit more quality, just to try and put their name in the hat for the Champions League spots. And I think that unfortunately they will probably bottle the Champions League spots again this season, finishing in 5th. I can't see it being that they start badly and then manage to make their way back up. I can see it more being a case of they start well and they don't have enough to keep up with the rest. So that's why I'm putting Leicester in 5th. In 4th, I'm going with Liverpool. I feel like they're not quite as good as the 3 teams above them. Although Klopp is an amazing manager and has done wonders with them winning the Champions League and the Premier League in the space of 2 seasons, last year made me doubt it a bit. And I know they had a lot of injuries, but I don't know if the players coming back from those injuries are going to helped them or if they're going to have had knocked confidence from it. So I don't know. I just think that the squad isn't going to work as well as some of the teams above. So that's why I'm putting Liverpool in fourth. In third, I am putting Manchester United. I never associate one particular goal scorer with United, which you could look at it in the sense of, oh great, that means that there's goals coming from everywhere. Or you look at it as, they haven't got a real standout. I've not been convinced by Rashford, so I can't see that he's the one. But yeah, I think that with United, although they've got some quality players in there like Pogba, and even Sancho now to an extent, maybe he could prove me wrong with the goal scoring. But yeah, I think that I'm putting them in third, but being totally honest, these top three are just miles away. I just think that they are going to have a lot more points than everyone else. So that's why I'm putting United in third. In second, I'm going with... because I don't want to reveal it too quickly because I'll reveal the winner of the league. I'm going with Chelsea, and just don't think that they've got the squad to do it this year. I think they need one more year and to actually put the effort in that extra year, and then I think that next year they might have a chance. If I'm being honest, Chelsea and United are pretty much inseparable. I really struggle to pick which one, and I think that Chelsea are another team which don't really have that standout goal scorer. So I think that was another reason why they're both kind of level. But I think the reason why I would put Chelsea above United is because of the manager. I think that Tuchel, like, he was doing a great job with Chelsea last year. I'm not as convinced by Solskjaer at United, but, you know, the top four can sometimes become quite unpredictable at times. However, I am putting Chelsea in second. So obviously the winner of the league is Manchester City. Pep is just a ridiculous manager to start off. He has done unbelievable things with that club. Then you look at their squad. They have players everywhere which are world class. There's a lot of them as well. They're obviously already a proven title winning side, like on numerous occasions. And I think just bringing Grealish in as well is another thing which has just cemented it for me. Grealish's creativity is going to do that squad absolute wonders. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer that Manchester City are going to win the Premier League this season. So there we go. That is my Premier League predictions. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and drop a comment down below letting me know what your thoughts are on this upcoming Premier League season, and also any predictions you have. And if you're a Premier League fan, let me know how you think your club is going to do. But as I said, that is going to be it for this video. So that's leave a like, drop a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!